What is that? It's like a really fast, tiny deer. And I'm telling you, these blow darts, they work. With this Vermont Chert, this Vermont Chert is awesome. And you could go back and watch my last How to Find Flint video focused on Vermont Chert. You find it in the creeks, guys. So I just went freezing cold. Got myself some Chert. Pretty cold. So I have not been recording as much as I would have liked to because I am in a very, very cold place this time. Exploding trees kind of cold. So says the news. And I do not have snow tires on my car. And they do not plow the roads here. Not really. So I went down to a spot, it's negative 16 right now, and I went down to a spot, it's 5 in the morning. I went down to a spot that I know has some chert, and I found some really good stuff, and I was testing it a little bit ago, but now I'm going to go pick up Leah from her 12-hour shift, overnight shift, and I need better tires. The other day, it was down to negative 34. Alright, so I got the chert here. Made a little biface. Taking flakes off like that to make blow dart points with. It's pretty good stuff. Springy, it's brittle, but it works. It's sharp as heck. And this gray stuff is limestone. The black is the chert, but it's just as sharp. It's just a little less durable on the limestoney bits. So I need to get myself a travel kit that's not copper. I want like antler. An antler travel kit would be good for what I'm trying to do with this stuff. Look, I see it. Got it on video.
Oh man, wow. Yeah, that pink's really coming out.
Mm-hmm. Can you see?
Oh my god, it's freezing. It's so cold. Yeah, look, it's going up higher.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. You could even cut up mushrooms with this stuff. Can't really see the flaking on it, unfortunately. I did some pretty cool flaking on it. There, you can see it a little bit. Okay, I finished it. I'm gonna be sore. This stuff's crazy. What are those? It will not flute. It's good otherwise, but it will not flute. This kinda did. I don't know, man. It says the paleo guys did not use this for their points, but they used it for their uniface tools and such. Scrapers. I'd use it as a point. It just doesn't flute. I got it in the sink here. This is the piece I've been making all those points from. This pile of spools here of really good stuff. Just glue that in there. Here's one of the blades I made out of that rock. Check that out. So this is the rock I'm getting from the water down there. These are the points I'm making from them. I'm just putting them in with a little touch of super glue. Jasper's checking them out. They're all pretty much the same. They're all those fox points. I made myself a little quiver here. Just like that. Nice. Pretty gold. Look at that. So I just made this. Let me get it to focus. It's got like iron in it. I made it from a flake, so I couldn't really flake it all the way across, but it came out pretty good. I'm gonna put that on an arrow. It's heavy. Crappy rock. All right, guys. As you can see, it's super warm weather. Now, maybe not. I better put some clothes on. So as you can see, it's cold up here in the Arctic. Might as well be. It's I'm up by Canada. Onondaga. Another shallow flute. Kind of thick, I like it though. Then let's take a little rewind to the start of fall when I first started finding this stuff. Well, this stuff naps. I'm not sure that that is chert. It rings. This is it. I don't know what this is. Let me just show you a fresh flake taking off this stuff. Hold on. Alright, so fresh flake taken off. Super ringy. It naps really nice. It's kind of rough. The flakes go pretty far, but it's also kind of platy. Weird. Don't know what it is. It's limestone, genius. Kind of windy. It's all over the place here. There's lots of rock down there. All looks like the same stuff. Let's go check it out. Yeah, it's all the same stuff. Let's check out this piece right here. Yeah, it's the same stuff. It works. So all over the place here. Looks like high quality. Right at this beach. Looks like all high quality basalt. I don't think this is chert. So whatever it is, it works. Alright, well, good to know. There's huge boulders of it. Here, look. Huge boulders of it. Alright, so that's some kind of high quality limestone. It definitely naps, it's definitely sharp, it's pretty sturdy, and it's super ringy. So I'll mark this spot. Nice, man. Ooh. Now that I'm looking at this, this is definitely limestone. But it's sharp and sturdy limestone, so this would work. See the flakes? Alright, here is a good example. I'm going to put it right here so you can see. Very fine-grained, workable limestone. I'll try hitting right here. So you can see where I hit there. Alright. We are going to take a piece.
One fine day with a wolf and a purr, a baby was born and it caused a little stir. No blue buzzer, no three-eyed frog, just a feline, canine little cat dog. Cat dog, cat dog. Hello.
Limestone. One of the ways I've been able to tell limestone is these weird ripples in it, as well as it's just super grainy. first thing I'm going to do is spall this down and biface it using a copper billet from my flint knapping kit. I am grinding the edges to strengthen the stone so that when I strike it with the billet, the flakes peel off really nicely, rather than crushing and crumbling when you're hitting it and just turning into dust. The next step is I'm going to use my Ishi stick made from Delron and a copper nail to drive smaller flakes off the biface. And I'm going to use this by placing the copper nail on platforms and striking with either the moose antler or the billet, which drives the flakes further than just my plain hand can do. Each time you strike the point, you are removing material and making the biface smaller and smaller. So this takes some careful planning to what kind of spear point, arrowhead, or knife that you want. In this case, I'm going for a long dart point. start shaping the point, you're going to want to flip the point back and forth, zigzagging, to make the edge able to be even. If you need to take a lot of mass off one side, the best bet is to zigzag it, grind it, and then thin the thicker side. And the way you thin it is you rest the copper flaker on the platform, you press in hard on the flaker into the point, and then when you hit down, it takes a long flake off. And it will follow your fingers if you hold the point with your fingers. It'll follow the shape of your fingers for the flake to travel a little bit further. At this point, I am going to switch to pressure flaking with a caribou antler flaker and a copper flaker. I'm using goat hide leather to protect my hand while I'm doing this. Pressure flaking is the same as indirect flaking, except you're pushing the pressure in and down with your wrists, shoulder, and legs. In this demonstration, I am holding it up high so you could see what I am doing. Here I will use a smaller copper billet to drive off smaller flakes. As the point gets thinner, you're not going to want to use a heavy billet. It has a high chance of snapping it in half. Now we're at the tricky part. This is where I attempt to put in some pretty good notches. The notches, when you're hafting this tool to wood, you're going to want the notches to line up evenly so that when you slide it into the wooden shaft, you can tie with sinew through these notches, and then when it dries, it grabs and pulls it all together, and then you have a usable spear point. But this part is the most tricky. I use indirect to start my notches, and then I use the copper pressure flaker to finish the notches. Now, because this is limestone, when pressure flaking, it is likely to crush and crumble when you're flaking. It's going to be very hard to get long flakes when pressure flaking. You're better off using indirect. But when you're pressure flaking it, you'll notice that it almost kind of bevels the edge a little bit. And you'll see what I mean towards the end. I do wind up grinding the edge and pressure flaking it, ishy stick indirect flaking it in order to make it thinner. But you'll see what's going on here in a minute, and you'll see that this is getting sharper and sharper and thinner and thinner. I'm doing some final sharpening on this and just finishing the shape. And as you can see, this is a really difficult material. But if you need local stone, limestone is a good choice for making spear points, arrowheads, and knives. It's just as sharp, it's just a little more brittle. But as you can see here, this is a beautiful, wicked, deadly point. I hope you guys like this. Have a good one. See you soon.